Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk.
Hello,
Craig.
Hello. Welcome everyone to a very special side one shot of metagaming. I am your host and Dungeon Master for this evening, and today we will be taking a trip away from Terrath to the world of Ellemore, where we will be visiting the Dwarven Kingdom in the Dungarth region in the City of Star Pyre. And as always, the hand of fate will roll the dice, and fate will be decided by the rolls of the dice today. Everyone, y'all are now in the city of Star Pyre, the capital city for this region of the Dwarven Kingdom. Y'all are cozily invited to be meeting up at a tavern called the Dog Pound. If anyone would like to start their introductions and give what their character is and who they are.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh.
I'm Josh, usually the DM. I've got Matic, or hello, my name is Matic, and I'm going to be a gift for the evening, who is quite large, but light on his feet, and doesn't like to talk much, but wherever the action is, that's you'll find me. He stands about 8 foot 1 inches, about 580 pounds, with a tough reddish brown skin, and he's wearing the minimal amount of clothing that's acceptable for somebody to consider it to be clothing. Loincloth, and then like the smallest of breastplate that's covering vital parts. That's about it, and some boots that look a little undersized for him, but have little wings that are kind of englazoned into them, and walks around with a halberd that is just about as tall as a little bit taller than him actually. It would have to be, and yeah, that's Matic.
Hello, I am Matt. I am going to be playing Carl Chameleon. Hello, my name is Carl. He is a reskinned changeling. Bard, rogue, cleric. Yes. He wears a robe covered in eyes. He clutches to his person very tightly a bag with an angry face on it. And he wears many necklaces. He is dressed in straight up mithril plate armor and a shiny shield with a big eye on it. He says, "Yes, I am Carl." That's it.
I'm Jacob. I'm going to be playing Ertan Glory Seeker. He is a 7-foot tall orc with wearing little more than a set of monk's robes. Hanging around his shoulders is his hair hangs in long, ornate braids with they're heavily beaded. His upper torso is covered in tattoos, mostly tribal in nature, taking on the shapes of a dragon coming up his left arm and across his back. He wields a spear and is otherwise largely unequipped. He is, as the name suggests, he has left his homeland of the steppe, where the orcs call home, and is out trying to make a name for himself, while also learning about the lands beyond his home. And if the description didn't give it away, he is a monk.
He's a what?
A monk.
Monk. I forgot to say I was a barbarian.
My name is Jess, and I'm playing Plena, a tabaxi dressed in a short red cloak and vestments, and wearing shiny gauntlets and boots. She is on the shorter stature and mostly white fur with gray socks and a beige face. He is also a monk and was sent away from her monastery to find herself. But she feels that she was sent away because she was kind of annoying.
I can go next. So I
right.
am Emily, and I am playing Emiko. She is a kitsune. Um, she is 4'9", and for anyone who doesn't know, kitsune is fox person, or she's a humanoid but can turn into a fox. 4'9", silver, and she is 428 years old. So I believe that gives her 5 tails when she turns into her fox form. She is a rogue, clad in dark leather armor, with a little hood that covers her fox ears. She can, or kitsune can, in this world, can decide whether they display any fox features while in humanoid form. She typically does. And while she is very talkative and very outgoing, she's intensely private. So she'll talk your ear off, but she won't answer very many questions. So all of her backstory, I'll pepper in over time.
Does that leave me?
Yep.
All right. So I'm Olivia, and I am playing Sir Huxtable the Burninator. And I wanted him to be the there's a race in the homebrew that's like a half dog or dog sort of race. But I couldn't make it work with the sheet, so Sir Huxtable the Burninator is borrowing traits from the dwarf race. He's a paladin, 15 years old, and so he has recently left home, set out on his own, did not ask permission, just decided one day it was time to leave and set out on his own path. He's shorter, he's only 3 foot 7 inches. He's like medium size for a dwarf. So he stands upright, but he's very clearly covered in fur, white, long fur, pointy ears. But he does wear like a green shirt, and he has belts and various, he has a javelin and a long sword and various little trinkets hanging from his belt. But his main quest is to find. He's out trying to discover the world and find a purpose and a meaning. So he very much wants to investigate everything and leave no rock unturned. and try to find something to go home and be proud about. A little angsty, he's only 15, a little feisty, but in general, good-natured.
All right. Well, is all your characters seem very interesting, and I can't wait for y'all to enjoy this game. So, as y'all come to the Dog Pound, this is a tavern, and it is it's quite large, a little larger than dwarf size, due to some of the patrons that have come in and out through the cities as of late. It's got the standard furnishings. There's a central bar area, lots of table seatings. In here, there's dwarves. You can see some gnomes. There is a quite large canine barkeep, kind of like polishing behind the bar. And as you all come in, greetings. Welcome to the Dog Pound.
Thank you.
Sir Huxtable's gonna walk confidently straight up to the bar and be like, "Oh, yes, very, very fine establishment here. What do you got?"
Oh, this is Portavian bar. We have all greatest drinks here. We have everything from the stout things the dwarves love to the weaker things that, some elves like to drink and sip. And we even have our own homebrew drink here that is brewed by two very famous brewers, the Boris and Flagon.
Oh, sounds right good. Can I get a stout, please?
Oh, of course. I see you are a Kenite of very, very strong constitution. He reaches behind the bar. You hear the sound of the tap being pulled, and puts the drink on the bar. Here you go.
Aye. Many thanks.
So, what brings you to Star Pyre?
Yeah, Sir Huxtable takes a deep, deep swig of that. And sets it, like, clanks it down on the bar, or sets it down with a thud, and gives a big exhale, like a... Well, I'm out. I'm out seeking my fortune. I'm out to see what is in the world.
There are many things in this world. Very, very. This land here, fine jewels, the likes you never see.
Hello.
All right. Sounds good.
And what can I do for you, little small man? As he
I
kind
lick my
of
eye.
looks over the bar, looks at you.
I would like an ale. Hats off. Do we all know each other currently? Or is this we're all meeting each other and spontaneously going to
so
break into a bank?
all of you guys were basically all y'all have the invitation to arrive at this particular bar, and y'all are seeking a person by the last name of Shurgull. That is all y'all know about the person you're trying to link up with.
And with the hat still off there, I was going to say, I think I'd asked earlier, Matt, were we going to have, like, history already? Are you, like, already on my shoulder? Because that's kind of already how I was picturing it, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. That works for me.
Okay. Because it'd be pretty funny if I was thinking, too, like, right when you were greeting, Maddox would walk up to the bar, not say anything, and just nod, and you start talking for me, basically, too. As in, like, I just respond and grunt.
Just curl up on his head. Hello.
Bigger fellow.
He wants
he-
the thing. The big
He wants-
drink.
the big drink.
The big
Um,
one.
You see the barkeep kind of eye up Maddock and just kind of like, uh-huh, and pulls out what looks like, to most would look like a really large bowl, but just with some depth to it. And he kind of heaves it. You hear the tap kind of pour, takes an extra few seconds, and then you see him heave it up onto the counter. Here you go, big guy.
So I heard some talk of shinies. The barkeep looks down and sees two big amber eyes that barely clear the top of the bar, and a black hood pulled over the face, low on the forehead, and the hood has fabric that conforms to tall ears concealed underneath.
Ah, I see we have visitors from across the Misty River. Ah, yes. You are in great kingdom where the finest jewelry is made. It is said that the clan that runs these lands are the most superb of smiths, and the only excellent quality is produced here.
Ooh, are there any areas that we can go mining ourselves, or is this purely a commercial area?
Oh, you would have to talk to one of the Keladors. Their mines are their mines.
Oh,
But I'm sure they would be
Understand.
willing, if you cut them in, to allow you to a little bit of property right. How you think I got this great bar? Well, besides the fact that my cousin lets me run it.
it is a very nice bar. Speaking of
Thank
which,
you.
do you have any smoky whiskey?
How smoky you want it?
Make me cough.
Ah, I always heard the ones from the west, they like the fire. He pulls out a glass, starts to fill it up, and then he pulls out some sort of contraption that kind of he flicks it, and a little flame goes across the glass, setting the top ablaze,
Ooh.
and then he puffs it out and blows it, hands it to you. This right here put fire in your belly.
Many things. She reaches forward with both hands and accepts the cup.
Meanwhile, Maddock has held the bowl up to the chameleon for the first drinks with one hand.
Takes a slurp. Yes. He curls up, eyes go big and bug-eyed, and he starts staring around the room.
And then Maddock just takes the bowl and tilts it back one go. Opens his jaws, with his mouth and just dumps the whole thing in, swallows it in one thing, sets the bowl back down, belches slightly.
I am looking for other people in the bar who seem to be looking for someone, knowing that I'm looking for someone, and knowing that other people will be here looking for someone.
While all
Alright.
this is going on, Klena is just gonna walk up to the bar and then have to jump up onto one of the stools. I do also want to make a correction, actually, because I described myself as a tabaxi with those colorings, but I'm actually a Nekomata. I just used tabaxi as the race on my character sheet because I figured it was kind of adjacent. But she's gonna jump
Alright.
up on the bar and kind of wave at the bartender, hoping to get his attention despite all of these people being here.
Ah, another visitor from the east. And what may I get you?
I'll take anything
Oh,
hot and spicy.
oh, Maddock, I'm gonna need a Constitution save, good sir,
Oh
for
yeah,
that heavily downage.
for sure. He also pulls a gold out and sets it on the counter without even saying anything too. And then he kind of looks at the barkeep and just puts one finger up and kind of circles it in the air.
Ah, another. You must have strong constitution.
That's a 16.
You feeling kind of you feeling kind of fuzzy, but not tipsy quite yet. But you feeling fuzzy.
And when he says another, he holds up a hand and then he just goes, "For everyone."
Oh.
To that,
He's like,
Huxtables
"Yeah."
is just gonna hold their mug up and go, "Huzzah!"
The bartender goes, patrons, we may all celebrate Maddox. He'll bought around for house. Come, everybody, fill your glass. But give me a moment. I have much bigger glass to fill right now. As he takes the bowl-shaped mug and puts it back down and starts filling it again. And then looks back at the Nakamata. And what would you like to drink?
Do you got anything hot and spicy?
I have many things that are hot and spicy, but I have probably something spicy, sweet, and just right for you. And so he pulls from another reserve on the side behind him, and this actually, if you're looking at it as it flows into the glass, it's actually kind of on the thick side, but still pours nicely. And sends it over to you. There you go.
She reaches for it gratefully, grabbing it with both hands, and slowly just taking a little sip right off the top.
When you get a drink of it, it hits with what would be like a syrupy, sugary hit when you first get it, and then as soon as it hits the back of your gullet, you feel a burn going from the back of your throat all the way down to your belly.
She lets out the tiniest little cough, just, oh, that's quite good, and takes another sip. Her eyes are watering, but she is still drinking it.
Matt, can you please remind me of your character's name?
Carl.
Carl. As you're kind of like, getting a drink here or there, getting a lay of the land, lay of the tavern. There looks like a couple of dwarves at different tables drinking drink, and kind of looks like end of the day, kind of just done from a shift in the mines or on the forge. Nobody really kind of giving off that look of they're looking for someone, looking for them, looking for someone at the current moment.
Hey, I turn to the bartender. We are looking for someone.
Who are you looking for, good sir?
And that's when that says Shurgull.
What he said.
The grumpy one. Yes. He has one of the large rooms upstairs. He said he would be expecting visitors. If it's my opinion,
No.
he's kind of an ass.
No.
But
No.
What does he want? Do you know why is he an ass?
Sorry.
he is typical dwarf. They are angry, sometimes merry, sometimes very enigmatic. But they pay the coin.
I
We
saw
give them room here at the dog pound.
I saw an intruder, okay?
You saw an
That's a-
intruder.
I think that's still towards the puppy.
Oh,
No, that's to you. That's in game.
Oh, my bad.
I thought there was an intruder. just puts his face back down into the cup and takes another drink.
I look around. Intruder. Oh no.
Intruders. I have no intruders in my bar. I have the greatest security ever.
I said I thought. It was a mistake.
Ah.
Mistake on my part.
Okay.
Like you said,
Hello.
I
I
am not
am
worried.
Carl.
Presumably say
Hello,
to
Carl. I am Bolbart.
No, I am looking
Hi,
at
greetings,
the
Carl.
dog. Yes, hello, Carl.
Sir Huxtable holds out his mug as if to cheers.
I also cheers you. It is good to
Hi.
meet you.
Good to meet you too, Carl.
Mm,
I'm also looking for this fellow.
Ooh.
Barkeep, what would you say makes him so disagreeable? Like, what's his deal?
He came in here all like hoity-toity, like he owned bar. And, well, I don't like it when people come here acting like they own my bar. Because when they try to act like they own my bar, I bring out Pepe.
Who's Pepe?
Who is Pepe? He is the most amazing, most dynamic warrior you ever will meet. Pepe, come here! He claps his hands. All of a sudden, y'all hear ka-dunk, ka-dunk. You pull the door, Pepe. You pull the door. Pull the door. And out from the door, much shorter than the bartender, is another Inogami, roughly maybe 3 foot tall, with kind of bent down ears, and one looks like it's kind of been slightly gnawed on, and kind of pulling a large axe that looks to be way bigger than what he should be pulling it with.
Good to see that Boris's bloodline is alive and well.
Poltavian genes are strong here.
We all are looking for Schmorgen.
But again, if you're looking for the angry one, he is upstairs, second room to the left.
What does this angry one drink?
Let's see. He likes the dark drinks. He doesn't like anything bright and shiny like elves do.
Do you happen to remember the last thing he ordered?
Yes. I know all my customers' orders. Let's see. He ordered a snapdragon souffle and a heavy drink of barley brew.
Alrighty, so hats off. What time of day is it right now?
By the time y'all were canonically have made it to town, it would have been like late afternoon.
Okay, so wanted to make sure it wasn't the middle of the night and he wouldn't be asleep.
Okay.
Alright,
right.
I'll take me one of those barley brews.
One moment, and he takes the time, gets the glass, fills it up, leaves just about a half-inch of foam over the top of it.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now hats off again. Do we have background about why we're looking for this character?
Nope.
Say that again?
Do we have a background about why we're looking for this character?
Okay, so hats off for you guys from me. All of y'all would have found or received missives, basically detailing, "Hey, amazing opportunity. Come meet me. I have the job of a lifetime. I spare no." It basically says, "I will spare no expense to get this done, and you will be
Okay.
rewarded heftily."
And does it warn of other people that he's inviting, or I would guess?
No, the invitation would have just been to y'all specifically, and then all y'all know y'all are meeting that person.
I whisper in the Josh, what's your character's name?
Maddox.
Maddox. Ear. These may be potential competition.
I think we can make it work. Everybody would probably hear him say that, even though he's trying to whisper. And he takes another gold out and puts it on the bar, leans up against the counter. You can hear it creak under just a little bit of weight that he puts up against it, and he's directing his gaze towards everyone that's gathered, it seemed like, at the bar at this point. Although the orc hasn't ordered, he'll go... probably looking... Wait, are you standing at the bar then, too? And Jacob...
He'll have approached.
Okay, so you're kind of around there too, and noticing that the rest of the people that were coming up and getting drinks have filtered back to their seats. He would have his gaze on everybody there and is like, "Oh, looking for Shurgull?" He kind of eyes each one of you like directly in the face.
Glennon just nods, taking another sip from her drink.
Yep. And now I know where to find him. And as soon as Emiko is served the barley brew, she gingerly hops down off the stool and walks up the stairs with her drink. Oh, sorry. And she puts money down before she hops off the stool.
When you go to grab for the drink, Maddox puts his hand right on it and says, "I've paid for all of these. I think we can come to some sort of agreement. We're all here to work together, it sounds like."
Thank you.
Okay, I'm game.
Yes. I work together.
Yes.
Well, I was going to go see if I can find him. So anyone coming with?
I
Me.
think I'll wait here.
Glennon hops off the stool and she's just
And-
like, "Yeah, I'll come." Carries her glass with her.
Okay,
She's also
so
3 feet tall. Just so everyone is aware, she's really short.
Oh, good. Well, sure.
and she is she a
Very
squirrel
excited.
person or a cat person?
A cat person. She looks like
Cat
a cat.
person. Okay. I'm noticing a pattern. Okay, hat back on. Alright, so the cat and the fox head towards the stairs, laden with drinks.
All right. Anybody else besides the cat and fox heading upstairs?
Yep, the puppy is.
The puppy
I
is too.
will also follow. I dismount.
Yeah,
And there's like a little saddle on the hippo that I like dismount from.
I guess I wouldn't have to lower you down. Yeah, you've got your grippy,
Yes.
and so you're climbing down my back as I try to sit on a stool. Do I need to roll anything to make sure it stays up?
No, y'all been working together and around with each other long enough that Maddox, you would feel Carl start making the motions, and you'd just kind of like slightly adjust your hips as you're starting to sit down, so he can get all the way down without you sitting on him.
Oh,
Or
I
his
meant
tail.
more for the stool's sake, because I'm 580 pounds.
Oh no, you're good.
Okay, it's a stout dwarven maid. I trust it and sit still gingerly at the bar to talk up the barkeep, which is just me staring at him, waiting for more drinks.
Oh no, yeah, he hands you yet another large pitcher-sized glass of ale. Here you go, big fella. And
I sipped this one.
Botan kind of looks over the bar. looks over towards the orc standing in his bar. You going to order a drink, or are you going to sit there and brood all day?
Erton is not going to answer that. He is going to follow everybody else upstairs.
Ah, he might actually get along with angry dwarf.
So that just leaves
All right.
myself down there. Got it.
So, my large friend, besides coming to see angry dwarf, what else do you try to do around? What else? What have you seen in your travels? I love a good story.
He just well, I guess if you have any problems with that angry dwarf, I'll eat him for you. That's kind of what I do.
Hmm, I might
I
have
take
to
care
give.
of violent problems with violent solutions.
Hmm. See, you remind me of my cousin here, Pepe. You remind me of him. Very, very singular focused. I like that. I can appreciate it.
Mm. Yes. Sips more of the beer.
Man, a few words. Very, very, very interesting. So, going to the ones going upstairs. As y'all make y'all's way up the stairs, head to the second door. Are y'all knocking, walking in? What y'all want to go? How y'all doing that?
So Emiko will approach the door and very gingerly with a knuckle just rap politely a few times.
Um,
And she's leaning against the door frame.
yeah, from everybody that's not leaning on the door frame, you hear like a muffled what sounds like dwarf calling from the other side. Yumiko, from you being right up on the door, with your nice ears and everything, you hear in very grunnish common, enter.
She opens the door. So you posted a bill needing some adventures. I think you found that we've arrived. And she steps back to expose the crew piled in the hallway.
Klenos strikes a pose, and for some reason her little cloak just billows in no wind. It's just billowing.
And we've also arrived with drinks. And she holds out the barley brew to him.
Quit your dallying. Get in. Get in. Find a seat.
She hurries in and takes a seat near him.
Sir Huxtable's gonna scurry in very quickly, tail wagging a little bit right behind.
Then I will also walk in and just take the seat nearest the fox.
God. Oh, I walk in. Over my
Does-
shoulder. Hmm.
Does he
Very
accept
well.
the barley brew, or am I putting it down on the table in front of him? If
He
there's
is
a table.
sitting. He is sitting at what looks to be like a round, like a oblong table, with papers all in front of him. Carl, as you're heading into the location, heading into the room, you get a kind of a like a hair raising feeling on the back of your neck, but it's for like the briefest of moments before you walk in.
Carl stops. Carl. I look around, and all of the eyes on my cloak open too, and I look all around me for invisible things, and in the ethereal plane, Carl, there is a trap. Something is here. I start looking. Take out a
So,
little pair of glasses and I put them on.
so when you go to look, you see what if you're looking at the stairs as basically kind of like a little small, short wall on either side of the stairs coming up into the hallway. In the what looks like the left side of the hall, it looks like a glittery sandy material is just kind of like falling away to the ground, but you see nothing there.
A glittery sandy material is falling to the ground from where?
Just falling to the ground. You see a glittery sandy material just falling to the ground.
From
Carl
the ambient
collects
air or
some.
from something?
From
He
thin
see-
air, it sounds like.
Uh-huh.
Yep, just thin air. He sees it just falling in thin air.
Is it like piling up or accumulating? Or just.
It's like a light little, like if you were to take like a little small handful of sand and just drop it, it's just falling like that.
Triggered when we walked through. Okay. I notify the others. We
Alright.
walked through, and then I felt a tingle. There is dust falling from nothing here.
Clena reaches up and starts like wiping off her ears with her paws and looking at her paws and then looking around.
Looks like you'll have to reset your trap. Expecting trouble?
Hey, in this godforsaken kingdom, of course there's always trouble. Always got to be watching your back. Always. Eyes everywhere.
Yes, eyes.
Now get in. Shut the door.
Take off all the dust that's on me, come inside, and then take off my cloak and meticulously make sure all of it is gone.
So, what does this dust do to us? She brushes it
Do
off her
not
shoulder a little.
know. But it made me tingle,
Oh, sorry, she's
and I
asking the
saw
dwarf.
it. Oh, sorry.
Nothing. None of y'all. Besides Carl, none of y'all noticed that.
But he told the rest
so-
of us.
Yeah, he told the rest of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting
And,
dust on all of your guests is not very nice.
Yeah, Emiko wants to
says.
know what it does as she brushes it away. Now that she knows it's there.
Give me a either history and or arcana check, whichever's the best for you.
Yeah, they're the same.
But while everybody is very concerned, Sir Huxtable, the Burninator, is just not concerned whatsoever, and instead is like thoroughly investigating the room, just like looking around at whatever is going on. So when you're done figuring out if this other roll, I did roll an investigation check for 14, and I'd like to hear about like what is on the walls, or if there's any like fun trinkets or anything to notice in the room.
Okay, so this room is roughly about 8 foot by 8 foot by 8 foot room. Has a nice, like I said, oval table to like the far left side of it. Bed, little hutch. On the table, there seems to be some documentation in front of the dwarf. When y'all close the dwarf goes, and this is why I always come prepared. And he snaps his fingers, and for everyone to see, you start seeing glowing marks all around the room.
Mm. Uh,
So Emiko's a little spooked and she activates her cloak, which makes it look like she's standing not where she is. And then she moves elsewhere.
Okay. This is a very delicate operation.
Artan's just gonna walk in and sit down.
The dwarf looks at you and says, "Ah, finally, someone with some sense. Sit down, sit down. We have things to discuss."
was that a shield?
Precautionary methods. You can never be too careful.
Yes.
So on the first instance of this dwarf saying sit, Sir Huxtable will just instantly sit very quickly in the closest chair.
Such a good boy.
After nothing alarming seems to happen with the glowing runes, Emiko will settle down again, back in her
All
seat.
right. I believe it was Imiko. History or Arcana, whichever one you decide.
Oh, it was a fail. It was 6.
No.
Oh.
So, I just need for y'all, whenever y'all are given something in the knowledge or skill range, never assume the number's too low. Just whatever your number is, let me know. All right, with
It's
a with a
D20.
all right. So with
That's
a
the size
6,
of the number that matters.
yeah, with a 6, that little shiny sand. The first thing that pops to your mind, dream fairies. There's a dream fairy somewhere around here, and that's where that magical sand could probably be coming from. Dream fairies.
Uh-huh.
All right. Is everyone accounted for? I don't like
No,
repeating myself. Well, then where is all the people? Did you
my
not read this
friend is
something?
drinking.
He has plenty of time to drink. We need to plan. We have short amount of time.
I will get him. I
Fine.
crawl off of wherever I am and poke my head downstairs. Maddox, you are required upstairs.
I look questioningly at the stairs and the room
But
upstairs.
say, Maddox, give me a perception check, Maddox. Let's see, with all the people around you and
Oh,
talking,
it's gonna be-
conversating with Botan, DC 15 to hear. DC 15 to hear.
Oh,
I also gesture.
Oh, it's a nice middle of the row 11.
11. You think you hear your name being called, but not 100% sure.
I walk over to him and get him.
Hey.
Your friend has come back. Want another drink?
Yes, but Maddox, you need to come upstairs.
And I look at I look at him and I go, "Will I fit?"
Will he, DM?
It will be a little bit of a snug fit, but he'll fit.
He will fit.
I don't like small places.
I know. It is a good thing we are not going into a dwarven city.
Yes.
We don't like it there.
No, but the reward does sound worth it.
Yes. Come upstairs.
hats off. Did you ever come up with a means for us to communicate from a distance?
Anybody-
Talked about.
Sending
Hmm?
stones.
Oh, I have sending stones and I have message.
I was gonna. Okay,
Is that
I
what
was
you're
gonna
talking?
Yeah, I
Yep.
wasn't sure which one you were going with, or if you had both, because I know we talked about both. So that's where I was just bringing it up. Would you have given me one of those sending stones, or was that something you were planning to utilize later?
I could give you one.
Okay. That way, I'll have means.
All right.
Okay. I'll come, and I
Make-
Go ahead.
Make sure that y'all make the necessary, item transfers and everything, so y'all have it in your inventories.
Yep.
I follow Carl upstairs.
I give you guidance on whatever checks you need to not break the stair.
Yeah. You head up the stairs, but your shoulders are definitely if you were like some of the much more brawnier gift from your homeland, you definitely know that you wouldn't be fitting up these stairwells. You've got maybe a couple inches on each side of your shoulders.
I hunch and I guess try to pull myself in as much as possible, and I'm holding this like basically 10-foot halberd, like trying to not bump anybody or anything as I'm going through the space, but I don't let go of it. It's like death gripped in my hand, and I don't know if you need me to roll anything, but that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh no, you kind of keep your bearings about yourself. You're like, I'm a big guy, but I know how to move it. I'm working it. You're in. And when you enter, the dwarf basically exclaims, "Dear God, I was hoping for
Yeah.
muscle, but that's just ridiculous."
Yes.
You can sit on the floor, lad. I'd hate for you to break these wooden chairs. I don't like paying for stuff.
I look at the doorway even more questionably as I get down on my knees and kind of crawl in to the space and sit down.
All right. Now is everyone here?
Yes.
Ah, nice. Big man, make sure to close the door behind you.
I try to turn my head around and move my shoulder, and inside this room that I'm assuming is intended for like 2 people, now with like 6, I look to somebody else to try, kind of like with a saddish expression that I can't really probably turn around with while holding the halberd and not hit anybody.
Oh, this room is more like the size of like a conference room type size.
Okay, my
It's
bad.
it's a luxury size room.
I was assuming for some reason it was like his office is what it kind of sounded like. But okay, I guess I do that then. I close the door.
Good. And again, for those that have already been in here, you see the blazing images on the walls start flaring up and then subside. All right. You're all here for one purpose and one purpose only. We're here to procure 2 things. One and most important. The other is more like icing on the cake. I need you to steal a dagger. It may not
Huck's
sound
gonna
like
raise his hand.
Yes.
So I want to make sure I get this right. So you said we're here for one thing and one thing only, but then you said there's 2 things. Which is it? Which is it? Is it 1 or is it 2?
Yes.
I want
This
I,
question.
mainly I want the one. But if you can pull the other one,
Fuck.
even better.
Oh.
So it's really two. Mistruths and
Sema-
lies. And already, this is not a
semantics.
good way. This is not a good way
Semantics
to
for them
start a
all.
job.
Fine. I
Being
want both
hired
things.
We
Okay,
are being
two
hired to
things. I'm just gonna hold up a little paw with two fingers held up. Two. I'm just gonna sit back.
I want
We are
two
being-
things.
We are being hired to commit theft, and you are concerned with a small deception.
I will be the one deceiving, not being deceived.
God, that's so stupid.
So grab and go.
Uh,
That's what I do. Sounds great. What's the catch?
The catch is you're stealing from the Kelador clan proper.
Oh,
mm,
don't they like own this town?
Aye. They usurped this town, yes.
I don't think that would make them very happy with us.
So what they do to you?
They're a wretchable lot. Mm. But mine's to say, I'm in the business of acquiring something that will ensure the rightful owners come back to this territory.
Okay, and who might that be? Does this dagger belong to them? I have a
Why,
feeling
yes. Why, yes, it does. Why, yes, it does.
Okay, so not just a theft, but a little justice sprinkled in.
Yes, very much so.
You're
That's
practical.
very charming and all, but you said you're paying us for this.
Of course. We'll pay your weight in gold.
Oh, that's not very fair.
Yeah, that is
Yes.
not
we
fair.
accept.
Whose weight are we talking about?
You need to
The room
eat
erupts.
more.
Fine. If it pleases you all, I'll give you the weight of old big boy there in gold to everyone who's able to get this done.
Done.
Yeah,
Each?
I like that a lot better.
Each?
Wait,
Each.
I know my weight. I'm 580 pounds, but
Wait,
uh,
hold on. Eat this. I take out all my rations.
Point me in a direction.
Clena just starts clapping. Yeah, let's do that.
shit.
The reason I sent for you for this particular time is that the grand gala is about to take place, where
I'm
they're
sorry,
showing
wait,
off
did you say the grand fucking gala?
the grand gala.
Oh, okay.
Missed opportunity. That
Yep.
would have been a fun party.
Right. Carry on, sorry.
The
That is
grand
what-
gala, where they
Taking
show
our
off
Grandam, that is what they would call it.
the grand gala, where they show off the Starfire ruby, the crown jewel of this land. In 3
Wait, so you
days'
wanted
time.
to steal us a dagger, but not that ruby?
Yes, so is that ruby pocket sized?
The dagger has more worth than the ruby.
Oh, how many rubies are in this dagger? Her eyes are huge. She takes another sip of her drink.
The only importance is that you bring the dagger and the one carrying it.
Dead or alive?
So
Dealer's
three
choice.
things.
What?
No,
Three
just,
things.
just,
The
just
dagger,
two.
the jam, and the person carrying the dagger. Three things.
Do you have Karki in your ear, lad? I said two. The gem is of no consequence.
So, but okay.
It's just shiny, and that's why we want it.
Shiny things are nice.
If
So
I if
We
I
got
want
sidetracked.
if I wanted to announce to the entire kingdom, point at thief here, I would tell you to steal the gem.
Do you want the dagger with the person carrying the dagger?
Yes, which should not be much a problem, seeming that the person that
Alive?
carries it. I said dealer's choice, lad.
Oh, I missed that. There was a lot of talking.
It's all right. Don't worry. The person who carries the dagger is feeble. All reports say he is old, senile, and barely able to write his tracking name.
And who might
All
this
I
man be?
Why, of course, but the ruling Thane, Grand Dame Kelador.
Oh,
Not that kill it, Granddam. Not that one.
okay. okay. So, oh boy.
Wow. This is getting dark fast.
And you say he's old and infirmed? Shouldn't be too hard.
Yes,
Now, is this like a sit on your throne in fancy robes king, or is he a warrior king? Like, who did he used to be?
if you believe the propaganda that the Kelador clan says, it says that he once was banished from the land, and all of a sudden he comes back waving him magics and doing all the things and purging the city and taking it up as his own. And then making it a more proper dwarvish town.
Purging the city of what?
Good fella dwarves.
Oh, okay. So it was a skirmish of dwarf against dwarf.
Aye.
So he's a magic user.
Some say he is, some say he's just a charlatan. I believe the fact that he's probably just a charlatan. Just a snake oil salesman.
So he doesn't use magic, he just pretends.
Huxtable's
If
gonna
you-
raise their hand.
Yes.
So the question, why aren't you getting this dagger yourself?
Do you not see his tiny little limbs?
Hey,
Glenna looks over at you with just the meanest
Yeah.
little cat eyes.
Sir Huxtable's just gonna look down at their own like arms and legs, which are also very small, right? Just be like,
The dwarven
just
body
like-
is not capable of stealth.
you know when cats are frustrated or excited and their tail kind of like jitters? All
You
5
are-
of Emiko's tails start jittering.
You are feline. It is different. The dwarf cannot be discreet. It is not in their nature.
Someone with some learned sense. But yes.
Also, you're hiring us because you just can't be sneaky.
That and a few other
Internally-
details.
Maybe we
Have
should.
you-
internally, Sir Huxtable's wondering if he's cut out for this quest, but keeps his mouth shut.
You'll have all the resources available to get yourself prepared. Do whatever you need. Because in 3 days' time, I'm going to need you to bring that item and person to me so that things can be set right.
What do you
Perhaps
know
Wolf's gonna-
about the target's family and habits? A kidnap job would be most practical.
What I know from all my reports of the keep itself is they usually garrison about a company-size element inside of the actual keep. And if you were to believe the mythical tales that there are shadows that can eat you or take you away, it's just more Keladorian propaganda. All to keep their
Perhaps-
power here.
Sir Huxtable's going to raise his hand again.
Yes.
Aye, so what if we bring it back before 3 days? Is there a early return tax or penalty?
As much as I would enjoy to have that prize earlier, the Thane does not always walk around amongst the people with what's the word I look for? He's always heavily guarded with the royal guard here. There's
This is
always
not a problem.
detachment.
Is
Guessing
it
this
the
is what the
same
gala is for.
guard?
The detachments here are good. That's what I tell you.
How good? I turn into him. Hello, I am your name.
Shurgull?
Shurgull, thank you.
He looks at you.
I have a
Kinda
plus
eyes you.
13 to convince this dude that I'm him. At advantage. Look at me. Now I am you.
And
I
you
am
are
the
a
captain.
beautiful specimen.
Yes. We should find out where one of his guards lives, then go to their house, kidnap him while he sleeps, replace him, then steal the guy.
It'll be wise to learn what exactly takes place during this grand gala.
Yes.
I agree. Do we have invitations?
Invitations shall be easily gotten. Do not worry about that.
And if a map can be procured. I do not wish to get lost in dwarven tunnels.
Aye, we have all necessary maps of the keep, and some service entrances long forgot. And if you need it, there's even maps to the deeper tunnels, to the days of the giants when they actually ran Dominion here.
The giants made tunnels down here? Those must be huge.
The giants made
are the
the-
tunnels.
The giants made nothing here. It was by dwarven blood and sweat that those mines were made. The giants just persecuted us to make them.
Well, that's not very nice.
And that's why they're no longer here.
Sir Huxtable's going to raise his hand again.
Yes.
So, this dagger. Is it a dwarven dagger?
It is a dagger made that looks very plain, if one would say. Except for the
Then
blade
how-
itself. Except for the blade itself. The blade is black as ebon skies. And on its and there are words on it. If you believe the tales.
do you have a picture of this dagger? How are we supposed to know when we found the dagger?
There is a he unrolls a piece of parchment, and there is what looks like a drawing of the dagger that he speaks about.
What are the
And little side scribbles in dwarvish. Who else speaks the dwarvish language?
Do
Me.
I
I
do.
do.
we were smart? We make
I'm not,
fur.
I'm not smart.
Good.
I can't.
So
I put on a helmet on your head and I tap it to turn it on so you can comprehend language. So you can listen in.
Eyes get real big.
So
I
the
was
helmet,
assuming we were talking in common. I just couldn't understand what was written on it.
yeah, the helmet only helps with
Oh, got it.
speaking,
Right.
not reading.
Yep. Right.
So those that can read the dwarvish language, it basically looks like a bunch of scribbles that says the engraving should be here. A few guessworks of what is actually written on it or what could be written on it. The dimensions of the blade. It's either a 12-inch or 14-inch. It looks like the hilt, depending on how the picture, how it's written out, the picture says it says it's a through dagger, not a um, full tang. So that is this like all the written description that's in dwarvish on that little parchment right there. And another parchment is rolled out for y'all, and it has a picture. Jacob, please describe Grand Dam.
There's a picture of Grand Dam as he is now.
Yes.
All right. It's, well, I don't know how it would look in a charcoal drawing or something like that. Grand Dam is a incredibly thin and frail looking dwarf. He has like thin papery skin that you can see like the blood vessels underneath. His joints all look rheumatic. He wears a top hat on his head and a suit that is tailored to him, but it is still largely ill-fitting because of his weird proportions. The rumor and legend has it that he is literally thousands of years old, too stubborn to die. His beard is white, his eyes cloudy, and his skin like covered in liver spots. Dude looks every bit the age that he is reported to be, if that was even possible.
And this
Okay.
portrait is also on the page with the description of the dagger.
Yeah, it's two separate sheets for y'all.
Oh, okay.
And then
Let's
map.
see. My Nekomata, Kitsune, and Inogami, i.e. the dog person of the group. Roll me history.
Do you want me to count that? Because I wanted to be the dog person, but was unable to find that or make that.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay, I was assuming because I picked dwarf. I was assuming that I would just like maintain being a dwarf and just have the appearance of the canine-like race. I don't know what attributes maintain.
Yeah,
and
you're good. Like I said, when I was writing, for them, I was applying the new 2024 rules where you take away their ability scores. So yeah, but basically they have the
Okay.
same ability scores that would be like that of a hardy dwarf.
Gotcha. You needed us to roll what?
History.
Okay, give me a second.
You also said map.
Ah, yes. And he brings out 3 maps, to be exact. He brings out kind of like a fresh, fresh map of the actual region of all the city proper and all the surrounding territory around it. The next one is a little bit older, but it looks like the city of Star Pyre proper, and the layout of the entire city. And then the third map he brings out is what looks like a little bit on the old, quite older side, because as he's rolling it out, you can hear it like cracking, and the edges of the scroll are definitely chipped and frayed, and that looks like the layout of Kelador Keep.
Hmm.
Kelador Keeps. A map of Kelador Keep.
Yep.
You could do the history check before I ask more about that map, the last map.
All right.
I got an 18.
18. What else I got out there?
Let me try.
Emiko wrote an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
22.
22. And
Wait, I'm
my
almost there.
almost there.
Yes. Yeah. And it says, oh, motherfucker, I rolled a natural 1. I have a 4.
So for my 8 and my 1, yeah, those stories track. Those they totally track. Yep.
Makes
Um,
total sense.
for my 18 and 22, you definitely can tell by that line of input that he gave out to y'all. Doesn't quite jive historically, because historically, from all the books and scrolls y'all would have read, the Keladors were considered liberators, not conquerors.
You can be both.
Liberators from what?
So for my 18 and 22, it is said that the Keladors rose back up in rebellion and liberated the city from the gold shards, who had stolen the city from the reigning Thane Goldvine.
But they didn't give it back to Goldvine.
Um,
They just were
no,
like, "All right, I
no.
think we're in charge
Well, yeah,
now."
I'm about to say no. My
Okay.
22, my 22. Yeah, no. You know from what you've read that after they retook the city and exiled and tried to basically knock out the gold shards, that afterwards the Goldvine monarch he stepped down and handed the rule to the Kelador, because
Interesting.
he believed that he failed the people and the Keladors restored the people.
What was the guy who stepped down? What was he called?
His name was Thane Goldvane.
That or it's all some elaborate ruse. I relay this to the team using message.
Also, you're
Those
not
who
saying
may
it
look,
out loud.
yeah.
Straight into the brain.
Hello, this is Carl.
And this is
But
all
those eyes
coming
get
through y'all
beware.
brain.
Huxtable's eyes are just going to get real wide. His ears are going to
You can reply to this message. Like brain fuzzies in your head.
I kind of look over at everybody else because I'm just like, do they realize that he sent that message? But do they realize this guy's fibbing? Are we fueling something bad? She's not saying any of
Are-
this out loud. She's just really like thinking it.
So, everybody understand what has to happen.
Oh yes.
Yep, makes
When-
total sense. And she takes a sip and is now just being like real jerky, like, gotta act natural.
Matic was like nodding off until you spoke into his head, and he's like real startled. He probably only caught like bits and pieces of it, but he just goes back to it and goes, "Gala. When's the gala?"
3 days.
Oh, well, you said you needed it done before gala, then.
No, I said at the gala.
Oh, so we have.
He is
That
the
was the
least.
distraction.
He is the least guarded during the gala. His men are less hovering. He walks among the people, the traders, the local shopkeepers. It's the perfect time to separate him and bring him to me.
So, what do we do until then?
I guess
Prepare!
we have to scout out his routine and the defenses of the keep. I say questioningly.
We should find one of the people preparing the castle for the gala and impersonate them.
Man, it's real hard to play dumb.
And about our payment, I feel like we should receive half up front, and then the rest when we finish the job.
He kind of strokes his beard at that mention. Roll me a persuasion check.
I will help guidance.
Persuasion?
Yep.
16.
Plus 1d4.
She's looking up at you and she makes her eyes real big and wide like Puss in Boots, and she's just holding her little cup in front of her like, you know you want to pay us half ahead of time.
I'll pay you a quarter now. Rest when you're done.
We just ditch him with a king's ransom worth of gold.
Just go to the king and be like, we have a warning for you. We would like a reward.
I turn to the others and I'm like, does that sound fair to you?
I don't know what you want me to say. Inside check.
I want you to say we want more than a quarter. We want half up front. Because we should
Maybe
get some money out of this.
33%.
33%.
Yeah, 3 is smaller than 4, so that's less. It's a better deal for him. Yeah. Klena's just gonna turn back to you and she'll be like, okay, that sounds good. That much beforehand, and then the rest upon completion of the job.
A good bargaining it has been. And
She holds out her tiny little paw towards you. She has to reach really far, like across the table that they're sitting at.
so, he reaches underneath the table and pulls a sack that looks like it's about pretty sizable in diameter, maybe the size of almost the size of Murdoch's head, almost. This will cover you, and he slams it to the table. And
You said it's a
Um,
ruby he slams on the table?
a big sack of coin hits the table,
Oh, okay.
and out from it, you can see gold, what looks like palladium, all just falling out of the bag.
We'll take that. Thank you.
Are you
Yeah,
going
Kenna's
to
eyes just
do
get real
with
big.
the
It's just like, let's
ransom?
get it.
So, you mentioned that you don't really care if Kelador comes to you dead or alive. I have two questions for you.
Yes.
If he comes to you alive, what you gonna do with him? Second question is, if we cannot get his entire body back, will part of him suffice?
If you bring him to me alive, there are many that are waiting to bring him to just cause. If you bring me his head, I might pay you a fraction more for less than the work for us later.
Oh, so you'd prefer dead.
Oh, many would prefer.
Well, I'm dead not by your hands. Would you prefer to do the deed yourself? You know, for satisfaction. Or no, you'd rather
Oh,
it taken care of.
oh, I am far from being the one that should be laying out punishment for trespasses. I am just a humble representative.
So who did he wrong? They still around?
They are, they are. Not as mighty as they once were, but they are.
So what'd he do to him?
He stole their home.
I knew it. I called it. It was a plot. He, the Kelador guy, he made the whole war. Then he made the guy feel bad so he'd abdicate for him.
So when you say there are many that would like to exact justice, you're talking about the gold shards. No one else.
Ah, the gold shards, obviously. But also the ones that support the gold shards.
And they're still in town?
Not
have they
always
fled?
by not always by name and not always by seen by others. But they're around.
If we
It's not
needed
it's not good it's not good business to be going around waving that kind of banner, you'd say.
so if we needed to say recruit some minions or a diversion or something, they might be amenable to offer services.
Yes.
Where could we
We have
find these gold shards?
I'll make it easy for you. And he lays a plain crown coin on the table. If they know what this is, they'll know who you work for.
Why, thank you.
To you, I message you. He gave us direct evidence. This guy.
Emiko pockets the coin. And any bars or places around town that we might start looking?
Mm. Yes, there's some on the eastern side of the town. And there's some that sit to the south.
Okay, I guess I don't want to be flashing this coin around just willy-nilly. Someone might recognize it that is not too thrilled that we're under your employ.
Aye, I'd be careful flashing that. The wrong person sees it. You could be in the wrong end of the gallows.
So I guess I'm looking for more details. Who is a safe bet to show this to if we're looking for other allies?
Go to where the fineries are, the luxuries.
Okay.
These are the people that we have entrusted.
So the luxury refineries. Are you talking like a gold and silver smelting stuff like that?
Aye, the ones that do all the filigrees.
Well, that's a start.
Yes.
So
You
shall
hear a
we
So
be
soft,
off?
attempting to overthrow the government.
you hear a soft but loud snore from the corner.
Is that your plan? Do you wish to be king?
Oh no. I am no
Who
man.
will follow?
So it
Who will
sounds like
follow?
someone's employing you.
Aye.
Yes, who will be king once the Kelador, the Grand Dam, is dead?
If all things go accordingly, the rightful
Yes,
rulers of this land.
this tells me nothing.
So
Which
Sir
are
Huxtable just like gets really happy, stands up. I accept this job. I accept, and like goes and like takes his portion of the coin. Just happy to have a job, happy to get paid. Like, yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm a big boy. Get paid to go do work. Fuck yeah.
He doesn't realize he's just a
Oblivious to everybody
criminal
else.
now.
It's honest work. It's fine.
Is it?
Sure, whatever.
Is
Power
it?
is,
Is it?
meaningless. Whatever. There's always
Is
some
it?
asshole in power. Who cares which one? It's fine.
By all accounts, this dude is like a great guy. Been in power forever. Big ass city. Everyone seems to be taken care of. Like, was put on
I
the
don't know what he does in
throne by an
secret.
abdicated king. For sure. But like,
With your outburst of like you're ready to go, Maddox just stands up abruptly too and probably bumps the spear in the ceiling, or the halberd into the ceiling and just goes, "Yes, fight now."
we
Could you
need a
not
list.
break anything, big fella?
Sorry, it was sleep.
Can you provide us with a list of those companies working to set up the gala?
Aye.
Caterers, florists, bands.
The main people that
I look.
be dealing with the gala, there would be the shops on the north side, nearest to the keep.
Good,
They are the most trusted
good.
of all the shops.
And a list of the guards and their families.
Mm. That might take me a moment to get, because
This is
the
acceptable.
guards rotate. So I will have to
Yes.
be very, very cautious on
We,
who I ask and how I find it.
we need more information. We will find it.
Klena's gonna get up and gather like her set of coins. Like, yep, we're totally gonna do this. Awesome. Gathers up her coins, grabs her drink, and kind of like starts heading towards the door.
Where are you going?
Oh,
There'll be one last thing to make sure that we're all in accords. He rolls out what looks like a black piece of parchment. Make your mark here, please.
And what would that mark be doing?
What do you call it?
binding us.
Do you not you make your mark, your name?
It is a contract.
Urtok takes a knife, runs it along his knuckles, and then punches the paper.
Their Huxtable's gonna then walk out a little bit.
Gonna be one
Interesting.
gross piece of paper because Maddox takes one of his fingers and sticks it in his ear and just pulls out this wad of earwax and just smushes it with his finger against the
I did
page.
fine because Urton is fucking illiterate. Carry on.
So is Maddox. In my defense, I just
Rather, yeah.
So before
Jesus.
Emiko signs, she'd like to discern if there's anything magically binding about this piece of paper.
Illiterate's the wrong word.
Give me
Something about
a
native oral traditions.
knowledge arcana.
What do you mean with the modifier knowledge
Oh,
to the Arcana check?
that's the old school version of me. It's an arcana check. I just back in the day we would say knowledge this, knowledge that, skill this, skill that.
He's a 3.5 boy at heart.
Hmm.
I am. But yeah. Arcana check, please.
16.
Nothing's jumping out to you. I mean, it's an odd choice of paper, but nothing is scratching at you about it being magical.
Okay, and you said it's black paper?
It is black.
Is the instrument in which we've been offered to sign also black?
It is.
Ink?
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, the pen is black. The ink is gold.
Oh, okay. So
Glenna picks up the pen and scribbles it all over her little paw, and then just stamps her paw on the paper and puts the pen back down.
in some corner of the paper that isn't crumpled or slimy, Emiko will take the pen and in a very loopy, kind of, it looks almost elvish script, sign her name.
Is that everyone?
No, Carl. I'll
Come,
whip my tongue
come,
out,
lad.
grab the pen, and then write my name with it. We are committed to the downfall of this government.
I like Carl. I feel like Carl and my guy Sebastian would get along very well.
He had no
Sebastian
personality until we started.
Sebastian was a lizard folk who was a College of Deception or Shadows Bard, who was all about wanting. He had like a lizard. He had a dinosaur living in his ring, the mind shielding ring. And he told him to make the lizardmen rule again. And he was just like, "Yeah, I will overthrow all governments and bring about a new lizard."
Fuck yes.
So once everyone has signed it, which I'm guessing everyone has now at this point, either by urine, signature, earwax, blood, or actual
Or just
signature, Shurgull rolls it up and then takes it to the candle that is sitting on the table and sets it ablaze. and it burns a dark purple before fading
Yes.
away.
Totally normal thing.
Very safe.
Exactly what people do with contracts.
And just above, just below everyone's left elbow, in that little crease area around your forearm, a gold ingot appears, tattooed to your arm. The bargain is struck. Let it be done.
We shall destroy.
So if we try and fail, what happens?
If you what?
Say we give this our best attempt and we fail. What happens now with this binding?
You'll be made forfeit.
We return the money and then we go our separate ways?
No.
I do not.
You'll be made forfeit.
I do not get the impression that failure in this task will be one in which we are still breathing. The orc says as he gets up and starts to walk towards the door.
Big risk, big money. I say, as I kind of tug on Maddox's ears to indicate that we're good to go. Come, we must find some flowers to kill.
Flowers. Okay.
Florists or caterers or bodyguards.
Maybe he has secretary like I do.
Perhaps. Perhaps. We need access to the gala space beforehand, and we need information about his movements. We must plan, my friend. We must plan.
So can you elaborate on forfeit?
Time to go, little one. And I just grab you by the scruff and let's go.
Glenna just walks out, still nursing her drink.
Emiko's tails are thrashing and she's kind of like, I'm imagining you have her by like the back of the coat and she's leaning forwards trying to stay in the room, glaring at, how do you pronounce his name?
Shurgull.
Shurgull, because of his lack of clarity in the fact that she's not signing a normal contract. She's pissed.
Imiko, you can give me a insight as you're being drugged from the room. Real quick, as everybody's leaving, and you're just kind of getting pulled from the room.
So I have proficiency in insight, and I have an ability that if I roll a 9 or less, it automatically becomes a 10.
Okay.
So with my +4, that's a 14. Oh, it automatically did it in D20. That's nice. Or in D&D Beyond.
Yeah. I forget it's a rogue's ability.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Talent.
Reliable.
A reliable talent. There it is. That's what I was looking for. All right. So as you're leaving, you can definitely see Shurgull just giving you the most wicked of looks as y'all start to depart the room.
I'm assuming she's physically dragged out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huxley just waves and thanks, mate. Walks out the door.
All right. So y'all have been given the task. What are y'all planning to do over the next 3 days to help y'all prepare for said event?
Sir Huxtable
Series of
doesn't know about the
kidnaps.
next 3 days, but Sir Huxtable's going back downstairs and getting another beer. Because this doesn't sound like it's going to be easy.
A series of planned kidnappings.
As
Sir
y'all all
Huxtable
come
pipes up
down,
and looks up to the chameleon and goes, "I'm good at distractions."
Good. I can be whoever we kidnap. But then we use the plan. I don't know if you know we should do these things or not, but we should get more information about the location by going there beforehand, setting things up, knowing where to strike. And we need information about his weaknesses, his guards, where he will go, and what his defenses are.
Weaknesses are that he is an old man.
A well defended old man.
Maybe he's friendly. Maybe we
mean-
bring him beer.
Shamgal has demonstrated that he cannot be trusted, so this guy could be a powerful wizard for all we know.
It could be. We have signed the thing, so we are bound. Now the question is, where is the wiggle room in the contract? We need to bring him and the dagger, but not alone. We could simply go to this Kelador, tell him, bring him to him with a guard, and we will fulfill our contract, and we make money from the king.
so,
Sounds good to me.
Carl,
Malicious compliance.
as you speak those words out loud, I need an intelligence saving throw.
Very well. One moment. Let's go intelligence save of +8. 6 + 8, 14.
14. That will be a fail, my good sir.
Ow.
And there it is. I was looking for the little button that allows me to touch the thing I need to hit on.
Probably under a Gias.
And
15.
you take 15 psychic damage.
Ow. Don't think about that.
It is dishonorable to go against your word.
It was not against my word.
Twisting
Verbatim,
your
it
tongue
fulfills the
does not-
contract.
Twisting your tongue does not change your intent.
Contracts are not abundant. They are of words. But this one is of intent, it seems. I have been damaged.
I to go learn of what I can. See what it is that takes place during this gala.
Yes, we need more information.
And as that's happening to you, and you're talking, going down the stairway, as it takes you a little longer, Carl, to get down the stairway because Maddox having to negotiate the hallway. When I don't know who's coming down the steps first, but whoever comes down the steps first, Botan greets you. You're back. Did you enjoy your in what's word I want to use? conversation with the angry one.
But I need more beer. Walk over and slam my empty mug down on the counter.
He kind of looks at you sympathetically, and drink you shall have.
Emiko shuffles up to the bar as well, and she's silently fuming and just kind of like slides it across, but she doesn't let go of the glass. Her hand's just on the glass, arm extended.
Motan reaches his hand down and kind of pats the back of your hand. I understand. Not all negotiations go away people like. And he kind of like beckons you to release the mug.
She just opens up her fingers just enough so that he can take it.
And he takes the glasses behind, refills them with the drinks that y'all had earlier got, and then slides them back to you. This should make you not all better, but little better.
She shoots it, holds it out again.
So, did you all have a good meeting, right? You're all back down here, so meeting must went well, right?
Yes. He got that job.
You have private room we can discuss.
Oh yes, we have more rooms like the one that me and the dwarf has. On the leeward side of building. Not as nice as his, but it's good for a large adventuring party.
Can you bring bounty or feast to room?
I might need a little time for someone of
Take
your
your time.
size.
Take your time. We need to discuss.
And he leans over his shoulder. Hey, Popo, we got big order. Big mouths to feed. Get fire up the grill. I will have Pepe take you to your room.
I put 10 gold on the thing. Is this good?
Oh, more. The dog pound not so expensive. I don't believe in a fair exchange here. And so, off the top, you.
Is it me or is
Pepe.
it just Rick that
Pepe.
you're cutting out?
He's cutting
right.
out pretty good.
Okay.
No. Can you hear me?
Baby, come back. I
Ish.
think so.
Oh no.
Little, yeah.
It's okay. Just trying to become good. Oh my goodness.
I think I caught he only took 5 of the gold and
Yeah,
he
he only.
started calling for Pepe.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
He gave you 5 of your gold back and called for Pepe.
I guess we
And
go to
much like
go to the
earlier,
room.
yes, much like earlier, Pepe comes rolling out, and kunk. Pull.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Kirk.
If you would not, might swear. And he directs Pepe to take you out to the back room.
I squeeze in there.
Yes.
Once we're all settled and before the order comes in, I guess uncharacteristically, I speak. Also, too, though, hats off, real quick. Rick, did we get those maps, or did we just get shown them?
Yeah, he the picture of Grand Am. He gave you the dagger. He gave you the 3 maps, and he gave you a list of stores that are um, um, responsible for the gala.
Okay. I can hold down fort here, but as I'll be pretty noticeable around town.
That is not necessarily bad.
And while you guys prepare and go get the rest of the information, I think I can study map. Is it in Dwarvish as well?
Yes,
Because then
it
that would not
is
be the
very
case.
much in.
Yeah, that's
It
that's
is
what I
very
figured.
much in Dwarvish.
Maybe I can't study the map, but I can probably at least understand, sizes and shapes and stuff, such on it. Because we need to find
Yes.
plan. Good plan of a attack on him, or rather, gathering. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm not exactly going to be able to sneak up on him.
This is why we
It'll
need
be-
to get to the gallery first, so we can look around.
Okay, we can
It'll
do
be
that.
easier for you when I'm creating a distraction.
Okay.
Yes,
So-
distractions.
What
Then-
are all of our strengths, first of all? Before we create a plan, we should know what we can do. Does anyone have a special skill they think will be useful in this endeavor?
I mean, I sneak and I steal things, so
I look over. I'm adorable.
I was pretty thrilled about this job.
Why are you no longer thrilled? Did you think you would be not held?
Held accountable? Oh yes, but not to the death. If I fail and get out of here alive, I have what something happens. Something is forfeited. I can only assume it is my life.
Yes,
The terms
these
as-
kinds of jobs come with great risk.
The terms were
Great
not all laid
reward.
out before we signed.
They never are.
Mm,
Alternative plan.
She takes a big swig of her drink.
I
We're
am
still in the
distraction.
same tavern, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
We're in like a side room.
Yep. I am distraction. What if I make frontal assault on Palace to distract rest of guards?
We should
You
not
will
split up.
No,
undoubtedly die.
I think maybe not that. Maybe you
No.
should
Die
be.
in glory, but you will die.
What we need to do is kidnap him quietly and then make it seem as if he is still there until we can get him safely to this location.
Carl, do you remember that one job we did? If we had a lot of pigs, maybe we could blow stuff up.
We would need the dynamite and the mini pigs. But I was thinking if we can find a place with a clear sky, we could use you, my friend, to swoop down to grab the king and fly away.
Feasible. Only if he complies. It would be a struggle, I'm sure. We would need some way. He sounds at least capable of large magics. And we need some way to mitigate that.
Yes. Can anyone silence?
Can anyone what? Silence?
Cast silence?
No.
I can charm him, but if he is a caster,
I don't have any spells.
Blindness. I could cast the blindness on him, and he would be unable to.
You're not already blind.
Probably is
Yes.
blind. But I can frighten him.
We needed more information before we
Find him?
decide our method to take him.
Then we need to be gathering information.
Yes.
Yes. What locations does anyone wish to go to? We need, as I said, if we can get information about the gala, the floor plan, the layout, perhaps any hidden passages that I may find beforehand, that would be of great use.
Someone should
Any,
study this map that understands it.
I will.
Where do
Yeah,
you think
well-
we can find
Others. Go ahead.
where do you think we can find like a map of the place where the gala is taking place?
We don't. We go to the north end, like he said, where all the shops are. One of them will be preparing days ahead at the gala. We impersonate them and we go look ourselves.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea. So we
And
just have to figure out who's setting up ahead of time.
all right. Well, I'm gonna say that that is where we'll call it for this evening, everyone. Just because it puts us at a nice little stop point for the evening. I know some people are ahead in the time zones, and it is the work week, so I will call it for this evening. Where we are. I hope everyone had a fun time so far getting into the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Very much so.
Oh yeah.
Got some surprises.
We'll figure something out, hopefully.
Hopefully,
So-
yes.
So something I'm encouraging Rick to use. Have you decided if you're going to use one of those systems, Rick?
Yep.
Are you going to use the X?
Yep. So everything that y'all do in preparation. So what Jacob's talking about?
We're stealing a system from Pathfinder where if you do something in preparation, you get an edge point towards that. Say you find disguises. Should you fail at a deception check, since you have that edge point, you can spend the edge point to automatically succeed or can negate the failure. This is
I like that.
that's being
Ooh,
stolen.
fancy.
We're stealing directly from Pathfinder Second Edition. It's how Second Edition does like heists and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
They-
that feels good.
Yeah, I was reviewing
Kinda like
the edge
It's our Ocean's 11 like flashback moment.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, I was looking at that, and then I was also reading because there was a heist module for D&D. I looked at that one. It didn't really have anything like on those kind of details, so I was more inclined to using the edge point system. So everything that y'all do to prepare yourself. Basically, y'all are playing Batman at the moment. Y'all got y'all prep time, and so we're gonna see how well y'all prepare yourself in advance for the upcoming heist.
Hell yeah.
It's
We need
all
to
about prep work.
establish. Yeah, we need to establish at least 2 getaways. Oh man, I'm gonna have to watch Ocean's 11 or some heist movie now.
The Rick and Morty episode on heists is really good. I recommend that.
I mean, there's absolutely a heist in the Dungeons and Dragons movie too. So we
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is.
It does
Oh.
it goes about as well as a Dungeons and Dragons heist typically does.
Right.
Also true.
Did you end up?
Personally, I'm partial to the. I kind of wish we were running Blades in the Dark right now because that system is like built around heists and it's so good.
Did you
Yep.
end up picking up those manacles, Olivia? Is that part of your?
That's a good question. I just turned my computer off, so I can't check. But I feel like I did.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I dropped mine because you'd said you'd had those already, and the other thing that I had in preparation for something potentially like that was the iron bands of binding that I was talking about. But
Oh,
neither of those things will hold him stop. I mean, iron bands might be able to stop him from casting because he won't be able to use
Spell
semantic.
scrolls are also an option.
There's an easy solution to all of this. You cut off his hands, you take out his eyes, and you cut off his tongue.
We got to get a hold of him
Simple,
first.
simple. That's all you gotta
A
do.
little intense.
Simple.
That's just
That's how you
that's
stop
all.
a
That's
caster.
all.
That is how you stop a caster.
I
Period.
will catch
I
y'all.
do have manacles.
Okay, cool. So
Night, y'all.
those will stop him from night.
Good
Have a good
night.
night.
Good night.
Those will stop him from traveling, which is actually pretty good thing at least too, because
Yeah.
that could be the worst part of the situation, which is we get him to a point where we do have him held, but then he just boops away.
Right,
Yes,
yeah.
no booping away. Let us avoid this.
What we should do is get ourselves a like a collapsible lead box so that we can knock him out and then shove him in a lead box so he can't cast.
Yeah, if we had more than 3 days, I was going to say we could take the. I was trying to play dumb towards Matic too because he wouldn't have thought of an elaborate plan of like you said the shop, and then I was like, oh, key. We just take the shop and we just trap the fuck out of it.
What do you mean by the shop?
The market district that we were talking about, Matt had suggested we
Oh.
impersonate some of the market folk that he's going to go visit.
Ah.
Oh,
So
I was gonna say I don't know if he's going to visit them, but I
Exactly.
figured they would be going to the
it sounded like
gala.
Yeah, I
he was
figured
going
we
to visit.
go and talk to some people in the market district who are going to set up the gala and like get a bunch of information, or maybe one of us could pretend to work for them to just get in there.
Yeah, like I have a changeling, so I don't know I don't know if people want to go over their strengths, either post them or I'm a changeling, so I can make myself look like anyone. I also have actor, so I can sound like anyone, and convince anyone that I'm anyone. So if we like want to replace like the head like caterer and then I hire you guys, we could totally do that.
Yeah.
Like
Cool.
it'd have to be the right group because you want access.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
am. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a such stealthy monk. I can sneak around. I'm also really small and can probably pass without being noticed, but I don't have any magical abilities or anything like that.
I
Don't
can
forget
drop.
adorable. Don't forget adorable.
So we want
Adorable.
like caterers or something like that, where like a mishmash of like super huge beefy boy and sneaky people don't like look weird.
I can drop a lot of trays and knock over a lot of tables and
Right. You're the brawn who carries in the like boxes of potatoes.
There we go.
So we could try to do the caterer route, or we could do like the florist route, or
I'm
the
a
band.
persuasive thief. So I
Persuasive thief. Okay.
can. Yes.
Ooh,
Like the thief subtype.
is
That's
there
pretty nice.
The only subtype available in D&D Beyond, but it worked for this one.
is there an
Got it.
item that or spell that we could use to forcibly teleport him to another location?
Teleport.
Teleport, thunderstep, dimension door, but some of them may be like checks.
Yep. All of them would be.
Okay.
Okay, here's the thing. We don't have to complete, but like we don't need to take him, right? So if we can get him, all we have to do is keep his head. Like we're assuming we're trying to like automatically take this dude with us when we should be realizing that that's going to be very difficult.
Yeah. That's the secondary option. The main thing is getting the dagger.
He's probably very attached to the dagger, so I don't know I don't know how feasible that is without him.
Oh well, he would be dead. We would have
Yeah.
to kill him.
Ah,
Like
okay.
either way, we need to either bring proof of him being there or dead, right? We need his head or him.
And
They're gonna
Shurgull did
kill
say
him
that he
either
prefers
way.
him dead.
Yeah. I have, and I hold up. This is a bag of devouring. If you stuff someone in there, they will just be gone forever.
Oh no.
Yes.
But we need a body part. We can't.
Yeah, we can't put them all in
Yes.
there.
No,
Most
but
of 'em, yeah.
anyone else, if we need to clean up,
Oh,
we
okay.
shove them in the bag, and they are gone forever, never to return.
Sounds like Shurgull's new home. Help him pack.
Yeah, I like that
Hmm.
idea too.
Our
But also-
strategy, and I pat Maddox's head, is he grabs people, and then I hold the bag open, and he pushes them in, and they are gone forever.
I like that
plan.
strategy.
Bag is hungrier than me.
Yeah.
So Rick,
But yeah.
question for you.
Yeah, no problem.
So signing the contract went against technically what my character probably would have done, but I figured I had to in order to participate in the side shot. Did you have a plan for how to proceed with the story if some of the party did not sign?
Yes, I did.
Crap. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no,
Wait,
I've had that a particular event happen before.
oh, you've run this before.
No. I've run a similar kind of campaign where they were under contract, but not everybody jived into doing it. So
Okay.
yeah. Oh no.
So I didn't wanna, like, split from
That
the
was
group
one of the
and-
one. Yeah, that was one of the many what ifs that I had to play into my brain.
Okay. I didn't want to not be able to participate in the same events with everyone else and just have to like sit quiet because I'm off in a different location doing something else. And yeah,
Just keep sitting. Just keep
Yeah.
sitting.
No.
basically, I didn't want it to have like two separate parallel stories running at the same time where they only every once in a while like meet up.
Oh no, I've done that. I've done that too, where two parallel stories are running at the exact same time. It's murder, but it can be done.
When it's short,
This
like errands, fine, but when it's like the main plot line, because then half
yeah
the group is just listening, waiting for their turn.
yeah because at one point a buddy of mine was running the Orc Wars, and I was running the Dragon Wars, which were happening simultaneously in the history.
Okay.
Yeah, and flip flopping and knowing the urgency on both sides of the storyline, everybody was like, "Oh God." Do we know about the happenings in the East?
Oh,
Do we know what's
That's
happening in the West?
I mean, we're getting close there in the main game as well, where
Yeah.
it's
well, sorry, it's less about the two storylines themselves. It's that part of the group has to sit silent and wait, and then the other group, and then you switch, and then the other people have to sit silent and wait and listen. And it's just like
right.
it takes everyone's time to only have part of the group active, but everyone still has to sit for the full like 4 hours. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was my base thing is, if there would have been dissent or, or agreement or not agreement, I had a backup for both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you,
Oh,
Did you
don't worry, Emily. You would be having some fun. I promise.
Darn. Eventually, I'm curious to know what would have happened when you are able to tell.
do you have,
So, oh, okay.
no, go ahead.
So if somebody would have dissented, yeah, you can not sign it, but your shares just got cut in half.
Share of the gold.
Yep, share of the gold was cut in half, and refusal would have required a intelligence save.
Oh, shit. She would have done it for half the gold if she didn't have to sign. Still a lot of gold. Man, whoops.
Do you have actual maps of where we're going to go to, Rick?
I am okay. So I have the regional map. I'm currently trying to find a map that looks aesthetically pleasing to me, for like the city and the keep.
Okay.
Like those are the things that I'm trying to find. Because I want it to be a certain way, and yeah, I know I'm a little picky and all that stuff, as most people say. But I do like things to look a certain type of aesthetic, so that it projects what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, with the story I'm trying to tell, I wanted to project that aesthetic to you.
Oh yeah, I get it. That's why I make a lot of mine. But no, I was more asking for my sake, because when I was saying when we looking at these maps is to study them or what have you, I feel like that is potentially a pretty utilizable thing when you're talking, because you talked about some side passages and such too, which
I
could
did.
be advantageous.
Yes. Part of the reason I want to get to the gala, etc., is because I have a penchant for being able to track down hidden doors, side passages, etc. So if we can get all those mapped, etc., 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 anything that's there, I'll see it, and then we can go from there. But thank you for running this. This seems super fun.
Thanks, man.
I look forward to a heist game.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say I'm enjoying how y'all's characters are progressing and getting into the game. I really am enjoying it.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one, guys.
Good
Good
Night.
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 Go away, Craig. Nobody like you.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.